Hi, Denise Lohan is here. Today, this is our last segment of our four-part series, and I have saved the best for last. And today, I want to talk to you about difficult buyers. And you know, I hear this from agents all the time. They'll say, I can't believe it. My client was so difficult. They told me they wanted to write an offer on the house. At the last minute, they decided not to write the offer. And they're very frustrated, and they have put this poor buyer into this basket called difficult buyers. And I'll tell you that buyers get this label, difficult buyers, for anything. They may have had a change in a job. They're a difficult buyer. They may not love everything that you've showed them. Oh, now they're a difficult buyer. They may be concerned about what's going on in the neighborhood. Oh, they're a difficult buyer. They may be concerned about price. Oh, they're a difficult buyer. I cannot tell you how many times I hear that buyers are difficult, when in fact, buyers are making one of the most, if not the most, important financial decisions of their life. I actually think that they have the right to be kind of difficult. I also think that each one of those difficult situations is an opportunity for you to shine. If the buyer is concerned about price, it's your opportunity to say, let me show you everything that you could ever want to know about price and why it's so important to buy this home at this price, at this time, at this moment. Show them what the economy has been doing. Show them what other sales have been. Show them the value. If someone is concerned about price, it's because you're not showing them value. If somebody's lost their job, they're concerned about security. That doesn't mean they're not going to buy again. It means that they need you to slow down. They need to get secure. They need to get back on their feet. That's your future buyer. So get them out of the difficult buyer basket, put them into the future buyer basket, and put them where they need to be. Because agents today, I hear it all the time, are calling all of their buyers that maybe don't fit into that perfect mold as a difficult buyer, when in fact, that's a normal process when you're dealing with someone who's buying a very important asset like real estate. So if you have a client that is being difficult, sometimes they'll say, I have a difficult buyer. They're making a ridiculously low offer. Well, there's a hint there, and that is they're making. They only make it because you've accepted it. If someone is sitting down with you and they are your buyer and you're there to protect their best interests, and you know that this ridiculously low offer is going to do nothing other than insult the seller, are you really serving your buyer well? Well, they're not a difficult buyer. You are being a difficult agent because you're not actually educating them. Because if it was, for example, if it was your sister, your mother, your brother, and they wanted to make a ridiculously low offer, wouldn't you perhaps say, you know, if you really want this house, you might want to be more reasonable because you don't want to insult the seller? You need to think about your clients often as someone that you want to give the very best advice to, so you got to be very honest with them. When I work with buyers, one of the things I've always done with buyers is I've sat down and said to them, you know, if this was your house right now and you had it on the market for $250,000, would you be thrilled, happy if someone came in and gave you a full price offer? And I've never had anyone say they wouldn't be happy with that. So we know that that's the happy point. Full price is happy. And then I'll ask that buyer, what price would you start to get a bit offended? Some of them might say at $240 I'm offended. Some people say at $220 I'm offended. But you start to get the happy number and the offended number. And what I try to explain to buyers is that it's so important not to offend the seller, because if you really want it, this transaction has to be happy for all parties, and there's a balance. If you have a difficult buyer who is wanting to make a ridiculously low offer, chances are you haven't taken the time to explain the process to them and to give them the advice you need. So what I want you to do is I want you to think about every difficult buyer you've ever put in that difficult buyer basket. And I want you to ask the question, what could you have done differently to make that situation better? If it was a complaint on price, could you have maybe found some more value? If it was timing, could you have maybe let them know that timing's okay? If it's not now, it'll be later. I'm going to be here for you, and I'm still going to give you great information about the market along the way. You know, it's natural for buyers to be difficult at times because they need more information, they need more time, they need to get rid of some of their fears. Sometimes people just need a night to sleep on something. So take the word difficult and change it to opportunities. So when you have a difficult buyer, ask the question, could this be a great opportunity? And how can you change a difficult buyer situation and make it a win-win situation for everyone? So I want to thank you for joining me for my last segment today. You know, over the last 4 weeks, we've covered a lot of information, Buyers are a big part of any real estate agent's business, and if you can learn to master working with buyers, the art of communication, the art of giving the buyer what they need and making those difficult situations great opportunities, you're going to make more money in real estate and you're going to serve your clients better. So thank you for joining me, and until next time, get out there and sell some real estate.